Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. Today I want to give you guys my favorite parts about OMU. OMU is a hero that has done pretty lukewarm in the buddies patch. OMU's buddy is quite strong. It is, I think it's a 9/7 or something like that. At end of turn, you get a copy of a minion of your tavern tier. So it plays heavily into OMU's hero power, which allows him to level more efficiently and certainly faster than all of the other heroes, except maybe like Millhouse if you get like crazy lucky, for example. Now, OMU overall isn't that good of a hero right now. He's not terrible, but he's not that good. And that's because they actually did a pretty fair job rebalancing the armor system. They scaled back from 40 health to 30, but at the end of the day, not all heroes got that 10 armor difference back, and it has affected some disproportionately than others, but it's been a fun ride to play some of these heroes that traditionally I really love playing, and OMU, with the printing of the high tavern tier cards, certainly hits that list regardless of how these games end. It's just a blast to play him. I haven't done OMU in a while. It seems to have pretty good armor. You've been playing regular Hearthstone and it's not fun right now. When it's not fun, didn't y'all just have an expansion? What's wrong with the regular Hearthstone? Plus a patch? Dude, the expansion was like 2 days ago.
On your mark, get set.
How has it landed on a degenerate state already? There's no way. I'm having some advanced here. Death Knights OP? Yeah, but Death Knights are like new and stuff. Don't we want them to be a little powerful? I mean, they're new enough. Dead by turn 6 most of the time. Hey, that's 2 turns more than you get with some Pirate Warriors like 6 years ago. DK didn't have any cards removed, so it's like 80% of the meta. Oh. It's kind of funny. It's a pretty big oversight if it's that bad.
Play fair and you'll catch up.
Kripp the Barbarian. That's Kripparrian. Before Kripp, I was playing Dark Age of Camelot, and I think my most famous character in Dark Age of Camelot was probably Mons, which was a hero on Igraine, the Devon cluster. But on the VN boards where Dark Age of Camelot was discussed, I was OM Silver. I mean, when we took over Mordred, Krippy, and me, we made the guild Igraine's Immortal. Because originally it was just a bunch of people from the Igraine server. Fine, let's go.
That one's a rookie.
But yeah, there was like some guy who's a total noob, and like really the noobest of the noobs. And his name was Krippy in Dark Age of Camelot. And he was like running into us, and we were getting like free kills all day long. And Krippy at the time, his name was Unseen. And the next time I made a character, he just made Krippi. And I'm like, damn, I really like that name. I want to be part of the club. So after I decided that, no, I didn't make a new character, but the next character that I made was in Diablo 2, because they had a new season and we would play occasionally. And I always play Barb, so Kripp the Barbarian. It's not stealing, it was second degree stealing. Krippy stole the name, and then I recognized the greatness in it as well. We didn't bully, he just ran into us. Yeah, he effectively ran into our fists in PvP. A conflict. Who's blued? Yeah, so Diablo 4, they made like a post and stuff. I just don't know how significant any of that is. They just kind of said what they're doing. I think it's significant that they are doing something. So they're actually making changes as a result of the open beta, which is really nice to see. I tweeted about it. So I mean, this is very much the highlights. The dungeons are less tedious. Like the picking up jewels and stuff doesn't take like forever anymore. It takes like a second. Oh no, it takes 0 seconds now. Which is good. They apparently changed some of the dungeons that people hated the most. Like, we don't know how effective their changes are, But the fact that not only did they change it, but they're telling people that they changed it, it's like they're recognizing that this could be better. I mean, I don't know how to say it.
That one plays well.
So it's not like a Blizzard thing. It's like a thing in a lot of video games where like you're part of the early access open beta. Please give us feedback and all that. And then the game releases like 3-4 months later, sometimes like a year later, and nothing is different. I'll be real with you guys. I kind of expected that from Diablo. Not that I had much of a basis to it, but the fact that it seems like it's not going to be that is quite refreshing. So I'm happy. I'm happy that they posted it. We don't know how effective these changes are, and so I don't really. There's no real reason to go over because there's no details, right? The details really matter. But yeah, dungeons less tedious. They said stun and freeze lasts longer, and you can do it more times before the mobs go unbreakable.
Good luck, MVP.
Which is a massive Sork buff. I don't know of a class that can chain stun, let alone AoE chain stun, but Sork can absolutely chain freeze AoE with 100% uptime. So that is a big Sork buff. I think some others are getting buffed as well. I don't think it's just the Sork buff. But yeah, I feel that Sork just has to gain the most from it. There's like a couple other abilities that freeze. There's like some stuns, but like this is a massive Sork buff. And Frost Nova, I used it in some of my later days in Diablo 4. It was much stronger than I expected. So if they're buffing that, I'll take it. With Barbs, they gain defense. They also said that they increased the damage but increased the cost of Whirlwind. I think the build that was mostly popularized at the end of the open beta, whatever, was the snapshotting Whirlwind build. I believe that Blizzard doesn't like the idea of just only using a spender all the time, at least for Barbs. Because the other skills don't really do that. You can't like spam upheaval. Whirlwind just kind of works that way. So, yeah. It's just like, there's a lot of unknowns. Like, how does that scale to high level? Can you compensate for the higher resource? They don't give details. We don't know the higher level. So we don't know if that's actually a nerf, but I suspect that it is. But I didn't say that it is because I only suspect it. There's no real basis for it. Okay. Necro, they like buffed some passives and stuff, but they basically said that they want Necros to have to recast their minions constantly, so they're nerfing their survivability.
You'll catch up.
An
upgrade to the arena.
I don't know, it just sounded kind of bad. Yeah.
Onward, my nautical steed.
So, yeah. There's big druid buffs. Again, the scope of it is really hard to understand, but one of the things that they did specify is that they mega buffed the companions. It's just that the companions were so worthless. So bad. So if they like 3x the damage, that could be like an enormous buff, but then they're still bad, right? So, I don't know. But big druid buffs is pretty clear. Big druid buffs. Is druid actually going to be good? We don't know that, but yeah. With rogues, they increased the cooldowns for like the weapon effects, but they made them do more. They made them more potent, basically. This might actually be kind of bad, because most builds just were able to utilize them non-stop. So again, they might not like that playstyle. But that
Play your
Like if you don't
best
use them on a
out
rogue, your damage is pretty bad. So that might be like a PvE nerf, PvP buff kind of thing. But you know, I'm only suspecting it. I don't really know. They nerfed Chain Lightning, but that's the main skill for Lightning Stork. So I think Lightning Stork overall is nerfed. They buffed some other crap, but a lot of the other lightning skills were... I don't know if they were bad, but they weren't that good, you know?
Wait till you see what's in the trophy case. Wow, a veteran athlete.
And the Fire Stork buff, they basically buffed Firewall and Meteor trigger procs. But the Firewall trigger proc wasn't bad. And it's arguable that you can use it on most fire builds. So I didn't really want to say Firewall buff because any kind of Fire Stork, like it was borderline good. It was like 6 out of 10 on the power level. But yeah, we don't know how much they buffed it. But if they buffed it, then you know the Firewall enhancement might be just, you know, go-to for Fire Storks now. So very, very likely that they're quite strong. Beautiful.
So, what's the score?
Let's see what we get with this thing. Golden. Beast. Naga. Another Naga. We can play the Elemental. 13. Thing is, there's no damage cap, which terrifies me.
Are you on the guest list?
Good pick.
Guest list.
Practice. Gotta trade them out now and then.
Oh, I actually wanted to freeze there. Whoops.
You are good. Trade them out now and then.
Fine, let's go with this. Alright.
edge that one. Here's a gold.
I mean, I think it's pretty strong.
You're a star athlete, friend.
Am I doing 50-50 PGs PoE now? Well, I was thinking I would do a bit more Hearthstone, but I have unfinished goals in PoE, so yeah, maybe I'll do more than like a game, but yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'll do 3-4 games, something like that today.
Score!
Oh, I hit him for 41? Well, well, well. Okay. I think I might just do this.
What a play!
For justice.
Taste defeat, stranger!
In Renfield yet. Yeah, it's a 2-minion type build. It's a bit weak on the total number there, but fixed an issue where characters weren't immune and untargetable after loading into an area. See?
I've been keeping score. You are good.
You earthquake. Alright, back to Shinvala.
And the crowd goes wild. Wow, a veteran athlete.
I think I just sit on this for now. I don't have a lot of scaling. The reset dungeon has been disabled. One of the streamers was saying it was way easier to level up. Yeah. I can finally play hardcore in D4. I think there's a good chance the game is pretty easy. If the game is pretty easy and hardcore is treated fairly, I will consider it. But I'm not playing on day one. That's just stupid. Kripp doesn't read patch notes but reads beta notes.
I've
Sometimes.
been keeping score. You are good.
Uh-oh. He's outscaled me. Yeah, this is kind of bad. I'm dead, aren't I? But I just hit a guy for 41. What do you mean 32? That's pretty cracked damage. Wow.